know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Hey guys, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hey you guys, y'all know what time it is. All right, who we got in the building? We got Vanderveer, my moderator. Monica Reyna, my moderator. It's Nikki, not Nikki, my moderator. Together we break chains. Christine P, Sweet Dark Chocolate. Hey, you guys, as you come in, go ahead and speak to me and I will give you a shout out back. Hey, Coach LP at Dwana 365. What's up, y'all? Y'all see the universe in? Now, I just did a documentary. We just did a little short. Where are they now? What's going on? What happened with Martin? Hey, Cocoa Butter Barbie, my moderator. We just did a video about this, you guys, and look at it. Marva, hey, girl. Tisha down there to Gail. She is down there to the gal, talking to the gal. Let me jump right on into this and share this screen, y'all. I said, The universe is universing, y'all. Hey, Cindy.
Between you and Martin, you had filed a lawsuit against him, and he said it wasn't true. How were you able to get back on track with him? Because clearly you guys have worked it out.
We worked really hard to reconnect, to forgive, and it's really, this reunion is about a celebration of everything that we did, everything that we accomplished, and our growth as human beings. And so we concentrated mostly on that.
You know, when the show ended, there was tension between you and Martin. You had filed a lawsuit against him, and he said it wasn't true. How were you able to get back on track with him? Because clearly you guys have worked it out.
We worked really hard to reconnect, to forgive, and it's really, this reunion is about a celebration of everything that we did, everything that we accomplished, and our growth as human beings. And so we concentrated mostly on that.
You know, when the
Okay, she said that they concentrated on that, you know, they forgave and everything like that. You guys, if you have not seen the video, go on over there and check out the documentary that, hey, allegedly shady Shannon. I love that. Allegedly, you allegedly shady. Okay, I like that, Shannon. We did a documentary on the Martin show, and we covered, you know, what happened on set, what allegedly what the allegations were. Tisha said that he had become really erratic on set. He had been touching other people other than her. You know, other people had complaints. You know, allegedly Martin was into dabbling into some things, you know, illicit, you know, substances and whatnot. He had the situation where he was on the, you know, in the neighborhood waving, you know, just erratic, you know, in the neighborhood, screaming, cussing. Then he got stopped in the airport and he had the weapon in his bag. You know, he had some things that he was going through. Then, you know, we have a clip of Tashina Arnold, and she is even talking about how he started to be on set. He became a producer and he no longer was just the talent. He was now a producer, and he was now becoming a big star. So it was kind of going to his head. He was getting a little feeling himself, and the networks and the big wigs were feeling him too, because she was like, he was the big star. So they were catering more to him than they were to the others. So you got to go over there and check out that video, because it was ironic to see this on the Shade Room. And I was like, my God, we just covered this. I know that they were having a reunion show. I know that was coming out, but that wasn't why I did the video. We actually were talking about it on the live, shooting around ideas. What can we do? And we came up with this. Martin and Gina, what happened? What was the real deal behind that? So it's really interesting to see how, when you're in tune with things, like here it is. I'm like, wow, hopefully that'll drive more people to watch the video. Go on over there and watch it. It's a good video. But Tisha Campbell had a gag order. Okay, I want people let's make that very clear. Okay, now she alleges that there were some things that, Martin was doing, but she had a gag order. Okay, she was not able to talk about what it was that she claimed happened, which is why you do not see her doing interviews about it. When her and Dwayne divorced, that's when Martin called her, and then they had a discussion over the phone, and then they hooked up, him, her, and Tashina, because she can't go nowhere without Tashina. They went and they all had lunch, brunch, dinner, whatever it was. And remember, that's how they got caught by TMZ. People saw them out and about, right? So they allegedly she says these things happen, but she was on, it was the talk after Martin had did an interview with GQ, and we have that in the video. He did an interview with GQ where he was saying, that this stuff never happened. It's not true. He never did that. Okay. And he kind of shot it down. Like, it's a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. It never happened. So when Tisha was on the talk, and they asked her about his response to it, she said she was a little disappointed, but she could not go into it because there was a gag order. Allegedly, people, believe that maybe these things happened, maybe they did not, but there was a gag order. Now, HBO paid her, okay? They settled out of court in order for the last season to go forth. That is in our documentary, okay? HBO paid Tashina Arnold. They paid her. They settled in order for the last season to air and to go forth, for them to be able to tape and air it. Now, the conditions in all of this gag order, paperwork, everything, the agreement that they signed, the agreement was that she would not be on set when Martin was on set. She would not even be on the actual taping on the space, like at the studio while Martin was there. She couldn't be on set, and she could not actually be at the studio. So they weren't even at the venue at the same time. They were not there. The scenes, you would see them come in and out. They would not be in the same room together. You would see them. So they played it off really well. They would be like, she would be on the phone. He was on, they were not together. But that was in the agreement, that she was not to be around Martin at all. And Frank says, what did she say that he actually did? She does not accuse him of any type of, all the way, you know what I mean? Like home base type activity. She doesn't accuse him of any assault. She just says that there were physical touching. She was harassed. He was verbally abusive, mentally, emotionally abusive, these type of things. And, towards the end of certain, I think it was the 4th season going into the 5th season. It's in the documentary. I forget which season it was. She said that she was asking the writers to stop writing scenes where they would be kissing, hugging, and all that. You remember they used to do a lot of that. the scene where they in the bed. And she was asking that those type of scenes be omitted. She did not want that. She did not want to have that type of interaction with him. No kissing, no touching, none of it. Because he was starting, she says in the first season, towards the end of the first season, she has shot down so many advances, proposals for her to go on dates with him. She was shooting him down left and right. He kept asking her to go out with him. Now, Tisha says that when her and Martin, they knew each other from the, early days when they were on the House Party, all these different movies, School Days, different sets that they met on. And her and Martin were real cool. And Martin had told her that if he ever got a chance to get his own project, that she was going to play his girlfriend. She was going to be his woman and whatever it is that he got. And when he got the opportunity to do Martin, he reached out to her, and she said she had already had a prior commitment. She was on, signed on to do something else. But then she called him and was like, hey, I really got in my spirit and my gut that I'm supposed to do this. So I'm going to do it. And then she had found out, hey, Brown Sugar, she had found out that Tashina had already gotten the role of Pam. So it seemed like, all of them ran in the same circles. Her and Tashina, then they've been friends since they was 12. So they followed each other around to everything that they've done. They've done Little Shop of Horrors together. They have done a lot of projects together because they were best friends. And they actually lived in LA together. So they were going on these auditions and doing things, as friends. And so that's how they got all these opportunities together. But it seems that Martin had a crush on Tashina from School Days, from House Party, from all that time. Because when he got a project and he got the ability to get something of his own, she was going to play his woman. Okay? So he had Gina, he had that character already pinned out for Tisha. Now, I don't like, she sits up here and, she says, with Gail and, I get it that you and Martin, you guys have worked really hard to build back the relationship and everything. But, when you have something like this where you've been accused of something, and then if it's not true, and they have had to settle things and they had to settle out of court, and then there's gag orders in place and you can't really talk about stuff, you're never going to really get to hear what actually happened. You're not going to get the truth. You're not going to get to the bottom of nothing. We're always going to assume, we're always going to speculate, we're always going to toss, speculations all around and conspiracy theories all around, because we're never going to know, because there's a gag order. There's paperwork that says you cannot talk about this. So once you sign something like that, that's it. And it is alleged that Dwayne Martin played a huge part in it. And it is in the documentary, when I was doing my research, that when she became, dating Dwayne and she became engaged to Dwayne, it got worse. It got worse. Well, it seems to me that it got worse and you started getting this heightened sense, because when you do get a boyfriend and you do get someone else and you've been playing house on set with Martin, but now you're dating Dwayne, now it's awkward. And now your man doesn't want you hugging and kissing Martin, and he doesn't, he feels like this is a little too touchy. You guys look a little friendly. You look like this is real. Because don't get it twisted. Gina and Martin, those two characters, they had chemistry. That came across the airwaves to us. We really felt like these two were dating. Okay. We thought they really had something going on. All right. Now, can you imagine being a boyfriend watching that? Okay. You like, wait a minute. So it is alleged that when Dwayne came in the picture, things got different. Tisha got different, and he had a problem with it. Right. And Martin had a problem with it, because Martin's like, hey, this is your job. This is what we do. I have a clip where she's on, I think it's I forget which one it is, but it's one of the late night talk shows, and she's on there with Martin, and she's like, oh, I got a great boyfriend, and I got Martin too, but she's all over Martin. She's hugging and kissing, and she's so excited to see Martin. And at that time, it didn't look like there was anything going on to me. It didn't look like you were, felt like you didn't want to be around this man, or he was, touching you inappropriately, or he was, because it doesn't give that. The body language in that interview. What is his name? Conrad? Is Conrad? What is that? What is his name? But if you look at the video, she's being interviewed by the late night talk show host, and Martin comes there. Okay. And she doesn't seem to be, it doesn't give or scream to me that she looks uncomfortable. So, I mean, I never want to say that, I don't want to say that something didn't happen to somebody, or, they weren't in an awkward situation. I don't know. I wasn't there. But when I watched that interview, I was like, wow, she was hugging all over Martin, and she was happy to see Martin. And she said she got a great boyfriend off camera talking about Dwayne, and she had Martin, on set, and she got a great life. She has fun at work, and he was saying how good of a girl she is. And so it just didn't seem to me that it was anything going on, didn't look like that. But, things aren't always what they seem. It doesn't have to always be what it appears, because these actors and stuff and actresses, when they got stuff going on behind the scenes, they not going to tell us, what's really going on. So, who knows, right? And then, like I said, there's a gag order in place afterwards. This is a couple years later, a couple more seasons later. After that interview, it goes down into a couple more seasons later. And then things, got increasingly worse. And we do know, when a celebrity starts to get famous and fame, and they start to get money and they gain fortune, they do change. They said the stardom just got to Martin. It was hard to work with him on set. And when I hear Tisha, when she gave her interview, she kind of said the same thing. So she didn't say that he was touching on her. She didn't say that he was doing anything like that. But in the paperwork that I read and the complaint, when I was doing the research for that video, it wasn't just Tisha that says that he was doing the touching and inappropriate. It was other people as well, right? But no one has ever said who those other people are. I don't know. They didn't really name who the other people were, right? They just said other cast members, right? But they all say that Martin was erratic. He was hard to work with. And when Dwayne came in the picture, it got worse. It was worse. As if he was jealous or something, But there is a gag order. HBO signed a settlement deal, and they paid her to basically, I guess, you sign this deal, we give you this money, we need to finish filming the season, and we're just going to end the show. And you going off into the sunset, Martin goes off into the sunset, and they didn't speak anymore. Tisha said they did not speak anymore until her and Dwayne got divorced. When Martin heard about them two being divorced in the press, he called her. She says she immediately screamed on the phone and was excited to hear from Martin. She was excited to hear him. She didn't think anything of it. She didn't say, what the hell is he calling me for? He put me through all of this. He did. She says she was excited and happy to hear from him. And they went out to lunch, and it gave them time to, she said they loved doing each other. They patched things up, they talked, and it was a time for great healing. And of course, Tisha was there, Tisha Arnold. So I'm really not buying that, like you've worked on it and you forgive Martin. Girl. You signed a gag order, basically. You signed a settlement, and years went by. And once you got divorced from Dwayne, and you seen all, because, honey, they said Dwayne was hiding money and all this different stuff. She found out about Dwayne. And now your heart is back open for Martin. It's open for reconciliation, right? And then, of course, Martin now is older. And, I look at Martin. I'm wondering, I don't know if there was a lot of, substances or whatever that he has partaken in, but he just kind of looks like he has some kind of neurological issues. I don't know. Has Martin come out and said that he has some type of illnesses or anything, because he always kind of looks like he's, might be teetering on the edge of Parkinson's or something like that. He kind of gives me the vibe that he's suffering from something neurologic or brain, you know what I mean? Like he always kind of like not looks like he's not quite there. And then I've noticed he gains a lot of weight around his face and everything. So if he tipped back around after Dwayne was gone, I wonder if he still has some of those old feelings. Oh, okay. He had a stroke. Okay. That explains it. Yes, right. He looks like something is really wrong. Exactly right. Okay. Shannon says he had a stroke years ago. Okay. Then that would explain it. Hey, Joy. Yes, because he does. Oh, is Dwayne the G word? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, he was a C addict. Okay. And I remember, you remember when he was doing the comedy show and he said he was messing around with that ooh wee. He said he had that ooh wee. He went out there and just got crazy. But a lot of those celebrities, they get involved in going to them Hollywood parties and they start, touching on things that they shouldn't be, and they start dibbling and dabbling. Okay. But even when he was in the last Bad Boys, it just wasn't giving. His performance wasn't quite there. I really wasn't a fan of the Bad Boys 3. I really didn't think that they should have done it because Martin just didn't have he doesn't have that same charisma, that spunk, that comedian that we know and love is not there anymore. I see a person that definitely has he's done a lot of damage to himself with whatever it was that he was doing. It was hard on his body, and you definitely can see it took a toll on him. So he's definitely not that young Martin. No, he is not. Definitely different from young Martin. Definitely. But you tip back around there and like you see that Dwayne is out of her life, and then you call. Like, really? You call? He knew enough, honey. He knew enough to call Tisha. He wasn't that stroked out. Okay. He knew, let me call Tisha. I'm going to take her out to lunch. I want to talk to her and patch up some things. But when you have, I've had that happen to me. I've been in that situation. It's not anything funny to have a stroke. But I didn't have that severe of something like that. I did have this Bell's palsy a little bit. That did affect me, but it wasn't as severe as some people, thank God. But that's definitely not nothing to be laughing at. So I'm really not laughing at him. I'm just talking about the situation is that you called her when you seen in the press that her husband and her was kaput, and now you want to call and try to make up. Okay. But she says that they loved on each other, was an opportunity for them to love on each other. But Tisha, she skims over that gag order. That speaks volumes. This is what I always say about people that say that they have been violated or they have been harassed sexually or, they have experienced something like that. Don't be so quick to take money. Don't be so quick to sign off on your trauma. You just write it off as though it's nothing. Well, if you're able to write it off as though it's nothing, then you don't need to talk about it anymore. You don't need to bring it up. You don't need to, rehash it. It shouldn't even be a topic. If you wrote it off, you were willing to write it off, tell them that I'm going to go ahead and go away, then you don't need to talk about it no more. If I had this situation happen to me, I'm not writing off nothing. I'm taking this to court. Like, no, you were the producers of the show. And then she says that they knew about it. HBO, they knew that this was a long-standing complaint from her and other people, right? That Martin was behaving in this way. I would have not just written it off like that. You just write it off as though it's nothing. So if it's nothing and it's that easy to write off, why are you even talking about it then? Like, I would have never, don't say nothing. It just screams like, okay, you want them to throw some money at you, right? You want them to throw money at you. Then when they throw money at you, you can go away. No, that just doesn't work like that, right? Okay, hold on. Somebody's at the door. Let me get this door real quick, you guys. Hold on. Yeah, thank you guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'm just like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Um, yeah, coach, I'm with you. I don't know how I'm feeling about Tisha. How do you go through a divorce and just forgive someone that invaded your personal space and still says it never happened and you just forgive them? And, and you just take the gag order, right? Yeah, yes, lesson learned. Don't give money to those who don't appreciate it. I think that's why Mama Joyce acts out like she does. She had a brain aneurysm that nearly killed her. I wonder if greedy Dwayne pushed her towards settling for money. Right, because she found out that once they got separated or divorced or whatever, that he was hiding money. It seemed to me that at the time that he was full of himself and took it way too far. That's a narrative too, because they did say that and we had that in that video. Tashina said that once he became an executive producer, he just got crazy. Like he just started feeling himself, and even the producers and executives at HBO was feeling him. Right? They were just feeding into his every whim. And she said it was like watching a train wreck. Like you just watching somebody just destroy themselves, and it's nothing you can do. Right? And so, you love that person, but you can't save them from themselves. And she said that's basically what it was like working with him every day towards the end. You just watched him just decline because he was full of himself. Yeah. So I don't know. But I just thought that it was great to see this story on the Shade Room after the Sweet Pea Diaries had done that documentary. And I'm not saying, I am definitely not saying that they picked up on my story. No, that is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the universe, sometimes you see things aligned, right? You're like, wow, that's crazy. I was just thinking that. So it was just one of those moments where I'm like, wow, we just did a documentary and here it is. She's talking about the very thing that we did the documentary about. So it was the perfect time to put it out because the reboot is definitely coming. So it was definitely a great time to put it out. No, they not watching. No, it's not that. I think that's also when he started abusing substances. I think so too. That's what Dwayne was doing, a lot of dirt for money. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm feeling like Dwayne played more of a role in this problem than Martin and Tisha. Okay. But it is in that complaint. Like when I was doing the research in that article, that's what they were saying, that it seemed as though it got worse when Dwayne came in the picture. It got worse. Okay. So what could that mean? It could mean jealousy. How could it get worse when Dwayne came in the picture? Could it mean that you guys were doing the playing husband, TV husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, on set, and it was all good, and then when you got a boyfriend and you got engaged, you got upset because you watched your girl going over here every day, and it seemed like that you felt that chemistry. You felt it. You felt it coming through the screen, the TV, like we all did. because we were wondering, are they really dating? You saw it, and then you probably was on set and seen a little stuff and like, no, we ain't doing that. Y'all might have did that before, but you're not doing that now. I'm in the picture, right? Okay. Because, boyfriend, he's coming to the set. He's coming around. And that's what they said. It seemed to get worse when Dwayne came in the picture. Yeah, he was. Will and Jada was paying for things for Dwayne and Tisha. That's in the Will documentary. When we got to the tea about Will, Dwayne and Tisha, because when when Dwayne and Tisha filed bankruptcy, the trustee was trying to hide, evidence on their computer, on their laptop, that showed that Will and Jada was giving them money, millions of dollars. And then Tisha didn't want to give over the laptop. Remember, we covered this on the Will documentary. She didn't want to give over that laptop because she said it had pictures and stuff on there of other celebrities that she didn't want them to see. And she said that she didn't want to expose other celebrities. And so the financial documents that she gave, she said that was more sufficient. But they said no. The other side was saying, no, we want to see that laptop because we have reason to believe that there is some incriminating financial statements on there. And she was like, well, we'll give you a flash drive, we'll upload everything to there, but we cannot give you this laptop because there are other celebrities on here. There's pictures of the compromising pictures, and we don't want the tabloids to get them. Oh yeah, we got it. Yes, coach, it is all a weird connection. And like I said, we be breaking that tea down. You got to go watch that video. Will Smith, watch the video about that. We have the tea on him, Tisha, Jada and them, how they was giving him money. And watch the video about Martin. We have the tea on that. So yeah, it's all coming together. We got that tea. I think Will footed most of the bill on that show with Dwayne in it. Okay, well, peep this. Tisha, that My Wife and Kids role, not Keenan, but Damon Wayans did not. I'm about to break this tea down. Drum roll. Tisha, when she got that My Wife and Kids, she got that role. Tashina Arnold helped her get that, right? Tashina spoke up for her with Keenan, with Damon Wayans, because he did not want to work with Tisha because that was her coming off of the Martin, and he had heard about what she had accused Martin of and the drama that went down there. So he did not want to work with her. And Tashina had to, beg him and get that role for her. Tisha talks about that. You can Google that. She talks about that, how Tashina is the one that actually got the My Wife and Kids role for her because Damon didn't want to be bothered with her. He was, a little skittish because he felt like, girl, you down there to the Martin show accusing Martin of stuff, and I don't want it. I don't want none of that. So he didn't want to work with her. Oh yeah. So yeah, honey, her girlfriend, her good girlfriend, her good Judy stood in the gap and got that position for her. Because she knows she needed the money. She needed the gig. She needed it. Right? So that's some tea right there. But I don't know, I don't know how I feel about that headline, that the Shade Room, how they post that, saying that she forgives, opens up about forgiving and reconciling and reconnecting with Martin. I don't believe that she forgave him for anything, because you already signed away your forgiveness when you signed that, that gag order, when you signed the settlement, when HBO settled with you in order to continue with the show and to wrap it up and to finalize it and to air the show. They paid you. And you signed a deal that said you can't talk about it going forward, and that you can't be on, you weren't on the set, you didn't want to see Martin, all of these things. So I'm not feeling the forgiveness narrative, because what did you forgive him for? You already basically said it. You're done with it when you signed that order. When you signed that gag order and you walked away from that, to me, that was it. Right? So the only reason why you and Martin had the connection is because Dwayne got out of the picture. Dwayne got out of the picture. And the reason I believe that they didn't have the chemistry, you know why they didn't have the chemistry? Because I really do believe that Gina and Martin, those two characters, I really believe that that came across so well on the screen, Gina and Martin, because Martin and Tisha, I really believe that they had something going. I believe that they had some type of, they liked each other, or there was some type of flirtatious something that was going on before Dwayne came in the picture. I believe that. I believe that she liked Martin or he liked her because, like he said, when I get my own show, you're going to play my girlfriend. I'm going to scoop you up. And he did. He came and scooped her up. And so I believe that it was so believable because they had an energy that they had a connection. There was a bond. It was there. But then when she started dating Dwayne, it soured, their relationship soured. And now you start to feel like now you want to claim that it's too much. But this is what you've been doing all along, right? So you're going to accuse somebody of stepping over the boundaries. And he feels like, I've been doing this. I've been doing this all this time. I've been doing this all this time. So what are you upset about now? Oh, you have a boyfriend now. You are engaged to Dwayne now. So now you want me to back up because so now it becomes this, that. So then they got, she's got them by the balls. She got the show by the balls. She got Martin by the balls because maybe it was happening. Maybe they all did know. They, the producers, everybody knew that you and Martin had this chemistry. And they knew that you guys were a little friendly, maybe a little bit more friendly than you should have been. And so they said, well, he is doing this, but she wasn't upset about it at first. But now that she has Dwayne, she's mad. So we got to go ahead and settle this. And we're going to, we're going to pay her so that we can go ahead and go on with our show. But we're going to issue in this order that she can't talk about this going forward because she can't taint Martin's name. She can't taint the show's name. She can't taint any of that. So we got to have her sign something. We got to have her sign something, right? So that she doesn't go on shows. She doesn't taint the Martin brand. So she signed it and went on about her business. And now, years later, when Dwayne is out the picture, Martin can call and say, hey, why you do me like that, right? Like, girl, what's up? Why you do me like that? Why you do me like that? So, the pretzels came, they're in there, or whatever you ordered from them. Right. So that's just my thought on that. But I'm a proud mama, it was a proud mama moment. I saw that and I was like, wow, we just did a documentary on Gina and Martin. Where are they now? What happened? All that type stuff. And so I just thought I'd come up here and do a quick little video and tell you guys to go and watch the documentary. Martin. Right. And that's why I would not be working with her now, period. Okay. I mean, it's kind of, I kind of believe that, it wasn't really like, she never said that he did anything sexual to her. Like he, it was more harassment, she said, and it was more mental and verbally abusive. And, he was just erratic and it was hard to work with him, right? So, I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think? What do you think about it? Do you think that there is some truth to it? Or do you think that it was what we said? That her and Martin, they had a little thing. They had the chemistry going because they had a history, right? They've been on sets. They've been in other movies. And Martin said, I think he kind of had a little infatuation with her. Back in those days in the late 80s, early 90s. I'm just getting ready to put it out there. Please don't get offended, guys. But the light-skinned girl, the light-skinned woman. Back in the day, the light-skinned, green eyes, all that, it was really a thing. Like, And that was like the ideal girl, right? So, you know, she was light skinned. She had that high booty, you know, she was really kind of built. I don't know what to say about Tisha. She was built good, but then she wasn't, you know, like she had the high booty, some clothes she looked good. And then but she was really athletically built, like her arms, and she had a really athletic build. You can tell she was in shape, but she had the high booty, right? But she looked good, and a lot of men liked her. And I feel like Martin had a crush on her. She was light skinned, you know. He's like, I'm going back and get her. I want her to play my girlfriend. I want to play a girlfriend role with her, because he want to be able to, you know, want to be able to hug, kiss, play, you know, want to be able to do all of that. The fact that you kept her in mind, okay, that speaks volumes, right? There are other women that he could have chosen for the role, but he kept her in mind because he had a crush on her, right? So he goes and gets her. She knows this. She knows this. A woman knows when a man got a crush on her. She goes and, you know, she goes along with it, and she goes and does the role. And, you know, it's chemistry. It's chemistry on set. That's why it came through the camera so good. We felt it because it really was something there. So do you guys believe that? Do you believe it was chemistry? They were doing playing the husband, wife, you know how people got that work husband. You got that work wife, you know, you go to work and that's your man, honey, you know, and there's something there, right? And then you get a boyfriend, Dwayne comes in the picture, and now all hell breaks loose. Now it's awkward because you're trying to please Dwayne, but you do have a job to do. And you've been doing this all this time, but now you're committed to, because you're actually wanting to marry him. He's not just a boyfriend. Where Martin could have felt like, well, he's just a boyfriend. You know, she's been dating people before. No, but this one is serious. Right? Yeah, you know, I guess I thought they were together for real too. Hey, together we break chains. Hey, girl. Right? I think she had a crush on him too. Martin and Dwayne look like they could be brothers, cousins. Yes, sweeties and sweeties, better hit that like button, you guys. Thank you. Right. So, you know, I just feel like it was something to do with, maybe it was something that was already going on. And then when Dwayne came in the picture, it was giving, we not doing that. I don't know what y'all been doing, but this is not how it's going. So, it's a bit much. It's a stretch to sit there and say that you forgive as though he had done something. And Gail made it a point. Gail did say, you know, these accusations, to which Martin said that it was not true, right? She was trying to get her to, you know, but there's a gag order. So you can try to bait her all you want about these harassment claims, but she's not going to ever speak on it or say anything about it because she can't. She has a gag order. She cannot. She can't speak on it. She has said this, and she has specifically said the words gag order on the talk, okay, in the interview that she did. She cannot talk about what the allegations were, what she claims Martin did, none of it. Right? So it's just hearsay of what went down. Oh, this is what it was, boop-de-boop. But she herself cannot come out and do an interview about that. She can't. She signed that away. So what do you think about that? When someone signs a gag order or they have a settlement, does that scream that it isn't true? Do you believe that that would mean that it didn't happen? That maybe the producers of the show felt like, hey, if we don't do something to get rid of this, she may stand a chance. So let's just pay her, right? And then you take the money. What does that mean? Does that mean that it's not true? What would you do? Drop down in the comments and let me know. Okay. So I am working on the Sally Jesse Raphael, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake. Where are they now? What happened to them and where are they now? We are working on that. I just finished up the voiceover for Sally's part. So now I'm moving into Jenny and Ricky Lake. So I'm hoping to have that by this week. We definitely got to get that put up. Okay. So that's another video that you guys will be on the lookout for. All right. So that's all I got tonight, guys. Just a quick follow-up. Please go over there and watch the video. Martin and Gina, what happened? Yeah, that's going to be good. Ooh. Rolanda, yeah, I know, child. And y'all know Vanessa Huxtable, honey, she had one, and Robin Givens had one. But I really was just focusing on a few. I might throw Montel in there. You know, I can't put everybody in there, but I might put Montel in there. But Sally, Ricky, and Jenny have really interesting stories. It's like how they became who they are, and then what happened. I feel like there's some tea that people don't know. And I usually try to get that type stuff, you know, stuff that people didn't really know about. Now, those other ones are good too, but you know, I won't really get as much information on those. The little small ones, I can't really find too much tea. So, but Sally, honey, tea there. Ricky is tea, and y'all know Jenny's tea. Y'all know what happened with Jenny. So somebody else said Richard Bay. Somebody said Richard Bay today. Somebody else said that. So, you know, I don't know how many of them I'm putting there, but I'm really just trying to do the big three people that I can get information on. But, you know, we'll see. Richard Bay, somebody else said, and Montel. So I might throw those two in there. It depends on how much information I can find. But this is the next video that is coming out. So be on the lookout for it. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm out, y'all. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. Y'all be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm out. Bye.